George Akinola.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Abati.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us.
Right. Let me start by saying that I particularly um, respect you for coming up with this after um, the particular statement you made on Arise Television, a few days ago, which generated a lot of furor, among the Yoruba public. So I particularly am pleased that you have come up with this forum where most of us can come up and ventilate ourselves. Now, I can tell you that I'm the General Secretary of Ilanomo Udua. And right, I'm the General Secretary worldwide of Ilanomo Udua. And it's important that we trace the antecedents of whatever is happening today in Nigeria to its very roots. This particular problem started over 200 years ago when people that were not native to the environment presently called Nigeria, when they came in, the Fulani led by Madam Fodio. And this story is all over the whole place. They never owned land, they never had anything here, but they started with subterfuge and continued with a lot of trickery that led them to subjugate the large Hausa race. Right now, today, the Hausa race owns no land. They own nothing in the land that is ancestrally theirs. And when the Hausa was totally subjugated, these people continue to nurse the ambition that they want to subjugate other races. They tried this particular agenda against the Kanem Bonu people who repulsed them. They tried it against the Yoruba race, who, one way or the other, repulsed them decisively, but lost Ilorin to subterfuge, not to conquest. So now that particular train of thought on behalf of the Fulani is what is still played today. If we are in a marriage which you did not sign into with the rest of Nigeria, we have the right to opt out at a particular time when that marriage becomes tenuous. At this moment in time, that marriage is tenuous. Our people are being killed in the forests, our farmers are being killed, our children are being raped, our ladies are being raped, married women are being torn apart and raped. A lot of things are happening. Now, why would anybody ask us to continue to live in such a situation where that marriage has become very, very difficult to sustain? And that is the reason why what we are saying is self-determination for the Yoruba race. We're not talking about secession. There's a completely different separating line between the two thoughts. Secession as opposed to self-determination, which is enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations, is enshrined in the Charter of the ECOWAS, is in the African Union. So if we are saying we want self-determination, we have every right to demand it. We want to rule ourselves. We want to determine our own future, because what we have continued to say is that Nigeria is the impediment to Yoruba progress. And without Nigeria, Yoruba people would have soared beyond all levels in Africa and all over the world. I will rest my case for now, and I will expect that, I will still come up with other suggestions and contributions later, if you permit me. Thank you.
Certainly. Thank you very much, George Akinola. Very brilliant contribution there. And you and I, there is no disagreement. I know that self-determination is the basic legitimate right of a people. And you just clarified it now clearly that there's a difference between self-determination and secession. And I think it's important for all of us, to keep this conversation going. The problem that I see is that some people, they think, they have the exclusive right to take a decision on behalf of other people. But we must discuss, we must converse. There shouldn't be a dictatorship in terms of opinion. And I really appreciate, the historical background that you have given and how you have tried to draw that distinction between some of the terms going about. And we need also to continue to inform the people in a very dispassionate, intellectually robust manner, and not, fight over, a matter that is of interest to all of us. I see another hand up there, Idris Aloma. Can we have Idris Aloma? Thank you, George Akinola. Thank you very much indeed. Idris Aloma, if you may just join us and make your contribution. Hello? Idris Aloma, yes, thank you for joining us. Please go ahead. Hello, Idris Aloma? Okay, if Idris Aloma is not ready, maybe we take a call here. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Comrade Ogbanago Mohammed Ibrahim, calling from New Koba.
Okay, thank you for joining us, comrade.
Thank you, sir. I have listened to the two other speakers, the four speakers, and I tend to align with them. But my dad, as a military officer, taught me about war, that anything that could bring about war or cause problem in the country, that I should be very, very careful about it. Because I have fought so many wars, including civil war in Nigeria. So one of my problems is this. Yes, I'm from Kogi State, the eastern part of Kogi State. And we know what we are seeing in the hands of our political leaders. The problem is not between you and I. It is those at the helms of affairs. Now, we that are agitating, all of us, look, this agitation is not just about the southwest or the southeast or whatever. It's across the federation. And the agitation is about what the political elites are doing to us. Now, should we go this way? Now, since all of us are worried about the situation, what can we do about our House of Reps members, our senators from our zones? How are we going to call them if truly they are ready to work with us? If truly they want this country to work? Why don't we call them, are there 5, are there 6, are there 7, call them and say, this is our position. Call those in the southeast and say, this is our position. If truly they are ready to, or they are not working with the other people who are oppressing us. So I think going that way will be of help to us than to take it the other way around. Good afternoon, sir.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for your insights. We'll take another call. Someone else is on the line.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Ruben.
Thank you.
Have a back on the line. First of all, let me appreciate Dr. Biodadini and now.
Yes, please go ahead. I'm sure he's listening. Hello? Oh, we lost that call. Maybe you'll probably call back. Well, I see so many hands up on Zoom. Maybe we should take Josephine Ashobon. Josephine, please go ahead and make your contribution. Hello, Josephine, can you hear me? Hello, Josephine. Your line is still muted. If you could just go ahead with your contribution. Hello? Hello? Okay.
Yeah, can I continue?
Is that George?
Yes, I want to react to some of the statements made.
Okay, please go ahead. George Akinola.
All right. Thank you. This thing has gone beyond the purview of the National Assembly. There is a particular constitution that was written. That constitution was written by a select group of people that were not representative of Nigerians or of the ethnic nationalities that formed that form up the country called Nigeria. If you're going to write a constitution, that constitution must be representative. But even as at the time Obasanjo was sworn in 1999, that constitution itself was not known to Obasanjo or the people that were elected into governance. So that constitution is imposed. It tells a lie about itself. It says, we the people, when did we the people gather together? That we have solemnly and together come together to set up a constitution for ourselves. When did we do that? And when did we ratify it? So that constitution itself, ab initio, is dead on arrival because it's telling a lie about itself. So for us to continuously evolve a nation, we must all subscribe to a constitution that we all jointly put together. And that constitution is what gave birth to the government of the day through an election. So where that constitution fails, the government of the day fails. So we must go back to, because we own the sovereignty, the ethnic nationalities own the sovereignty. We must go back to status quo ante and sit down together to decide whether or not we want to remain together. And that is what the Nigeria Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, has come up with. And we are not hiding anything. We are represented in the Southwest, in the Southeast, in the South-South, and in the Middle Belt. We say we want out of Nigeria. That for us, we wrote the federal government, we wrote the United Nations, we wrote everybody, for all of us to come together